Morning everybody, it's Paul from Vanlife Leicester. Today I'm going to be testing a new plasma. Okay, it's called a WeldStar Infinium. It's WSPC 40. Okie dokie. Right, let's start off with what you get with it. So obviously you get quite a good return lead, or also known as an earth lead. We like to call it a return lead. Obviously it is CE marked on the side for quality goods. Okay, so that just plugs into the front there. There's only one outlet for that. And then of course you get the plasma torch itself. We've got a nice 3-metre cord on the plasma. It'll only fix in one way, it just screws into the front like so. Keep the gun in a good place, safe place where it's not going to fall off and damage itself. Okay, so it is normal 240 volt. Let's plug it in. Okay. Right, so we're going to power up the unit. Simply on the front there, all lights up, ready to use. Okay. So this is our current on the front. It goes from 20 to 40. Across the top there we've got power. We've got an overload error indicator as well. We've got a torch error, a light there, and cutting power as well. Okay. Over this side then we've got a button to test the airflow. So we'll do that. There you go. You can hear the little compressor in there. But the thing I like about this plasma is that there is an internal compressor in there. Plus, you can plug it in to an external as well. You can see the regulator on the side with the adjuster on the top. As I said, this is it's backwards. This is called a WeldStar Infinium. Okay, so on the side then, we've got our air test, which we just did. Okay, the next one down is for normal plasma cutting. Okay, and then we've got a perforation cutting as well, so a tagging. So for instance, if we're cutting a square out, and we don't want it to drop out or to, either peel out when you get nearly to the end, and then they drop off. So perforated cutting, we can go around it and it'll cut perforations in the plate, and then when we're ready we can stick a couple of magnets on there maybe, and just nip it off with a slitting disc, a 1mm slitting disc on a grinder. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the gun then on setup. So obviously we need a decent earth for the plasma to work efficiently. On the gun itself there is a safety switch, a safety lever, so you can't press it accidentally. Okay, so we lift that up and we can just press the button. As you can hear, the compressor starts straight away. On the front as well is well made. It really is well made. This just presses on. You can see in the side where it's been slotted, so it can expand slightly for a nice tight fit. Now from the actual cutter itself, from the centre of the hole there to the outside of the shroud, on this particular machine is 6.2mm. Okay, so we would find a straight edge. We can mark out 6.2mm away from the actual cut that we want, and then we can literally slide the torch down a guide plate that we fabricate ourselves, just cut it on the guillotine and we're ready to go. What we normally do is we would get a straight edge, for instance a plate of steel. Okay, we can put that on the bench. Let's for instance say we're going to cut the bench. This is our bit of steel we're going to cut. Okay, so we put that on our bench. for instance, if our line was there, we want it to be 6.2 millimetres away from that line, and then we can guide, like I say, we can guide our nozzle down the side like that. Okay, we can increase the power. I like it on about 35, between 30 and 35 for 3mm plate. Okay, right, let's get a bit of plate and see how it performs. Okay, so we've got a bit of scrap. I am literally just going to clamp it to the side of the bench there. I'm going to get my guide, my steel plate for a guide. Okay, right, so we're ready to go. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally cut round the outside of this plate on my scrap bit of steel, and let's see how it performs. We're going to lift the safety's catch and away we go. Wait for that to quieten down a little bit. Okay, so we've got the plate. You'll have to forgive me, we are just doing a quick test, so we're not setting up properly. It's just so I think you'll agree that that is quite a straight line. I went a little bit wrong at the end there, but it cuts really nice. You can see the actual cut. So we're not on a slope, it's not chewing, you know, too much material out. So overall, our WeldStar Infinium by WeldStar, it's a really good plasma. I would recommend this kit to anybody. Like I say, it's got its own little compressor in there. It's 240 volts. You can use it anywhere. It's nice and light. It weighs 18 kilos, so it's not the end of the world. Nice bit of kit. Until next time, look after each other.